Previously on Moment of Balance.
Sabi, you just shot a man in the head.
She killed somebody because she thought that I was going to die if she didn't. And she regrets it more than I regret any of the decisions that I've made.
You were working with Sabi to do some horrible things. How do we know you're not going to do those horrible things again?
I suppose you don't.
Chong, you care so much about everyone in a way that I can't even imagine. I'm going to try to hurt as few people as I need to see this through.
Icknick Blackstone Varrick, you are under arrest for so many reasons. Asami stands up. That was very interesting to watch, but why did you want me here?
Someone needs to step in and help the workers keep the city running.
Let's actually just start with Sabi. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, sure.
You're going to be carrying off of the last one shot. When you and Hanako get back from the beach, the mood is a bit dour. Obviously, after everything that happened there. I think Hanako takes a couple of days to herself.
Okay. After
After a little bit of time passes, she reaches out to you to meet with her.
Okay.
She invites you to... Does she have a... I think she invites you to meet with her near City Hall. You, go to meet with her in, a side street nearby City Hall. And she says, Sabi, wonderful. How have you been?
I've been fine. What's up? You've been kind of not around for the last couple days.
I've had to do some thinking. I apologize.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry. That came out wrong.
No, it's okay. I understand why you might be concerned about it after, developments between us.
Yeah.
I can assure you it has nothing to do with you. On the subject, though, and Hanako has a small, bundle of papers in her hand that she sort of glances nervously at. You, have you had the chance to look into the man from the mines at all?
Not beyond getting his name, no.
Yes. Well, I also found his name, and I found a little more. I was wondering if you might be willing to do me a favor, but I understand if this particular subject is one which you just don't want to have anything to do with.
That's slightly ominous, but go ahead.
Well, Bo had a sister. Her name is Lai.
You see Sabi kind of flinch at this.
She lives in a town named Baiyun. It's a mining town on the border between the Earth Kingdom and the United Republic. And I was hoping you might be willing to make a delivery for me.
To her?
Yes.
You see Sabi kind of pause for a second and close her eyes. Yeah, I can do that.
She produces a package from a bag. There's a good chunk of money in here, as well as a letter explaining some elements of what happened, though not that you were involved. That's your business if you wish to share it, of course.
What exactly does it say happened?
That her brother was hired to work security for a dangerous job, and that he ended up running afoul of my own machinations, and that I wish to make up for it.
You see Sabi's face kind of twist at this. She's not quite sure about you bringing the blame on this, but she doesn't say anything specifically about it.
I would do it myself, but I have a lot of work that I need to do. I'm going to be leafing through a lot of papers from the embassy and seeing what other names I can find.
No, I can do this for you. I've got some time off of working for Asami. I'll find my way out there.
She smiles and hesitates for a second before pulling you in for a hug.
Sabi wraps her arms around you, and as you're hugging, she says, "You know I'm doing this for you, right? Don't tell the twins about this."
Of course, I won't. I can assure you. Now, I will be running by the embassy, as I mentioned. If you'd like to come with me, you're welcome to. We can spend a night together before you leave.
Sabi looks off to the side, and you can see her kind of grinning. Yeah, I think I would like that, actually.
Excellent. And Hanako sort of snatches your hand up and starts guiding you towards the old embassy. Chong, Soma, have the two of you been staying out of trouble lately?
Well, I want to hear what Chong's been doing first.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is an important question. Has anyone told Chong what's happened at Boulder Lake?
That is an awesome question, isn't it?
Chong, have you been by home in like a week?
I think so. I like to think that maybe the time you guys came back, Chong just finished his mission with securing the airbender artifacts from Crescent Island from the Dead Fire Nation General.
I'd like to think that Sabi and Chong have not run into each other, because I think that will make whatever ensues just wonderful.
If you've been by home, though, I think Hanako has, like, Chong, I think you've seen Hanako crying at least once, and that's new. That's new and different. I think that Hanako has explained pretty much everything about what happened at Boulder Lake, with a particular focus, though, on what happened with the twins and the fact that she's dating Sabi now.
When did you cry, before or after the explanation?
Before.
Okay. And did you try and hide it from Chong, the crying? Like, was it like you're both in bed and you're, like, silently sobbing?
Yeah. I don't think she was, like, being obvious about it or anything.
Yeah, but Chong knows, and
Yeah.
I
Chong
assume
has
so.
really
Chong
good hearing.
always knows.
Oh yeah,
Chong does have spectacular hearing.
Chong probably even maybe like silently used like a little air, even just like to push the sounds closer, so that way he's like, "Oh, it's sad." And I guess he's assuming that the crying was more about the twins than about the Sabi dating thing.
I think Hanako, when she goes to explain it, is just kind of like dumping everything, right? But it's very clear that the twins is the thing that has upset her.
Oh yeah, no, it was like, I can imagine it was like totally like a full on, like, you woke up the next day, Chong went over to you, was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And you probably spilled everything. Zopa was probably on your lap. You were probably like petting her for moral supports. Zopa was just like quietly mewing and just being Zopa. I think Chong. I think during this time, like with the week with you dating and everything, I think Tenzin would give the Airbenders a break after such an arduous mission. So he gave probably Chong and Soma some like time off from doing missions. So I think he's been having a lot of free time. What I think Chong's been doing, which I don't think you've seen him do yet, is he's been writing a lot of letters.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
And I think you've peeked at the letters, like the addresses, and it's crazy. They're kind of all over. Like, I think he's sending letters to a bunch of different like cities and countries. It's like, there's a lot of Earth Kingdom, a couple Fire Nation, and from your standpoint, I don't think there's any rhyme and reason, but to Chong, like, he very clearly has a point. And like, and there's different names on each one of the letters.
Do you want to give that like a little scene before we get into what I have planned?
Totally.
Yeah, I think Hanako notices this and is like, I think she's been in her head for a few days, and is on her way out to City Hall when she looks back and she's like, "Chong, what's with the letters?"
Chong looks up. I assume Zopa's like sitting like in a pool of sunlight on the table near him as he's writing these out. He looks up at you and pauses. He goes, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, I'm writing letters?"
I've just never seen you write letters before. I'm on my way downtown. If you need me to drop any of them off, I'd be happy to.
Actually, that'd be like really great. I'm gonna go busking soon. Gotta make rent and whatnot. But and he picks up the letters that are already sealed and everything. I still got like a couple to write. He hands them over to you.
I can wait a little bit. What are they? If you don't wish to share, that's fine. But what are they for? Who are they to?
It's cool. It's cool. I think he blushes a little bit, and he goes, "You know that I'm nomadic, right? I've been to a lot of places. I don't know why, but it just like occurred to me that I've been here a while. In Republic City. Usually when I was traveling with my family, we never laid our roots anywhere. We kind of carried our roots with us, but we made friends at these towns. And every time we'd go to these towns, we'd see them and we'd say hi, and it's kind of like two good friends who haven't seen each other for a while. It's like no time passed at all. We'd catch up, and it would just be a good time. And I've realized that, because I'm not with my family, I'm not seeing these people. Being nomadic doesn't necessarily mean that you don't make ties. It's just the ties float. So I guess I kind of want to just, you know, keep in touch with them and let them know where I am and what I've been doing, and that I'm still thinking of them.
Hanako sort of thumbs through the letters in her hand, just acknowledging the sheer amount that you've handed her.
Yeah, I think if anything, like seeing the amount that Chong still needs to write, you realize you're not going to be able to carry these in your arms alone.
Yeah.
You're going to need like a basket or something.
I think this is how Hanako ends up with the bag that she had. And she says, "It's quite noble. I didn't realize you had... I mean, I guess what I should say is, I shouldn't be surprised to know that you have so many friends."
Chong smiles at you, being like, and says, "Yeah, surprisingly, people, they're okay with it, And he kind of gestures to himself and they're okay with like my whole moving deal. Not everyone. I've met a lot of people, and not everyone's cool with the idea of a potential temporary friend. So meeting so many people, and he gestures to the thing, who I've been pretty lucky. My family and we've been lucky. I'm feel very blessed for it."
I'm sure they'll all be very happy to hear from you. Hanako sort of gathers some things together, gets the bag, starts piling in some of the letters while you finish up, and walks over to the door and picks up a letter that has been delivered. "Oh, I think Tenzin wants to see you." And with that, we're going to go ahead and cut from this scene to Chong and Soma standing outside of Tenzin's, I don't know, office? Is that what we've been calling his place? His
He's got an
meditation room?
office.
He's got an office.
Uh-huh. You get inside, and he says, "I was very pleased with your performance on the Crescent Island mission.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Now, if the two of you don't have too much going on, I have another mission for you. Chong, your friend, Hanako, she came by and she had a request for me. There is, it would seem, a Varrick Industries company town that has been forgotten, if you will, in the bureaucratic nightmare that has been the division of his assets. It belongs to Republic Arms now, and they're doing their best to get supplies down there, but they're simply starting to run out of food. I've procured a couple of bison, as well as some supplies for the two of you to take down there. I'd appreciate it if you could get down there and help them stay stable until the Republic Arms officials can get the supply line secured again."
Of course.
Chong looks suddenly very, very excited. He's like, "Oh, okay, hold on. Does that mean," and he gestures to him and Soma, "we each get to drive a bison?"
Yes, it does.
Ah! Sorry, and then he straightens himself up again. You can see there's stars in his eyes. He's so excited. He's never driven a bison, but he's always wanted to. He says, I yes, that sounds very amenable to me. Can we go now?
The bison are being loaded up as we speak. I hope I don't regret this. And he guides the two of you out to where each of you gets your own bison fucking piled with supplies.
Soma turns to Chong and it's like, you haven't driven a bison before?
And he jumps on top at the reins, ready to go.
So, very important question that I need to know the answer to right now. How long is Chong trying to get the bison in the air before he says, or before Soma tells him to say, yip yip?
Okay, so before we answer this question,
Uh-huh.
bison don't usually like to be shared. They're very much a each person has their own bison kind of thing. It's like a lifetime
Okay.
bond.
Maybe these are elderly bison.
Chong ends up with an old ass bison that when they he finally says yep yep, it slowly rises up into the air.
I would imagine that because Soma has been doing stuff with the Air Nation for so long, she probably has her own bison at this point.
Yeah.
So is this how we're going? Soma's got a bison, Chong's got a very old
loner.
bison.
A loner bison.
Very old loner bison.
A bison that is so gentle, so easy to ride, also has a fucking emphysema cough.
Oh my god. It's
Yeah.
it's like a car backfiring.
And the answer is a solid 15 minutes.
So Chong, you're just struggling. You're just
Very gently, and I like this idea. He's very nice with it and whatnot. I like this idea that Soma could absolutely have told him sooner, but she just watched it.
Soma is taking her time to prep this bison, who is her bison, and feeding her, giving her lots of love. And after her whole prep session is done, she looks over at Chong and she's like, okay, yeah, you really have never ridden a bison. The words are yip, yip.
Chong jokingly smacks his forehead oh, they taught us that, right? In Bison 101. I vaguely remember that.
I'm not gonna lie, you might have dropped out before Bison 101.
You know what? I bet you're right. I totally dropped out. But I remember getting the pamphlet. But that's okay, right, boy? And he rubs the bison on the head, scritching it in the way that Zopa likes to be scritched.
And the bison gives the worst, most phlegmy cough you've ever heard.
The person loading the bison up pipes up and is like, actually, this bison's a girl.
I'm so sorry, my lady. And he gives it a gentle pat instead on top, like it were a small child.
All right, you're all ready to go now. Enjoy your trip to the border.
I'll lead the way. I got the map. All you have to do is steer towards me. Don't try to do anything else. Don't try to do any flips. Don't try to jump off the bison and fly around and let the bison stay flying while you're doing that. Just follow me and no one will get hurt.
Frog nods. It says, sounds good. Lead the way.
Soma hops on her girl and yip yips off into the sunset.
As the bison flies, it's probably, a day's trip. So Soma, Chong, y'all get there. The town is, it's pretty small, right? Population of maybe, a couple hundred folks at most. Where do you set down? Do you set down, on the outskirts, or do you go in, land near the square or something?
My thinking is that there would be a procedure for this. I'm thinking that we probably would want to come in as the most peaceful, most recognizable way possible. So we probably land a little outside, the main entrance to town, where everyone can see us. We very obviously come in, like on the Bison, for full view. And we probably land a little few feet away, and we probably enter the town yet. We probably wait for someone from the town to come to us to not appear threatening.
That sounds about right. I'm assuming whoever is in charge of this town was probably alerted by Tenzin or in some way to expect airbender aid. There would be somebody waiting for said aid.
Absolutely, yeah. Soma, I think you might be the one who would know a little bit more about this. Have you ever been to like a company town before? Do you know what the vibe is like in this sort of place?
Most of the airbender aid is not company towns. Most of the airbender aid is generally like smaller villages throughout the Earth Kingdom. This whole Varrick thing has sort of shifted the vibe. So I'd say no, this is Soma's first company town.
So then, yeah, Soma, to you, it just looks like a dude pops out and approaches the Bison. He looks very excited. He's in like sort of an open shirt sort of deal. He's got his chest out. You can see he's very muscular. A man who looks like, he's good at working in the mines, right? He's wearing like a cylindrical, flat top kind of cap. Oh, thank goodness. Let me tell you two, it's been a while. I am so happy to see you. Let me introduce myself. My name's Shi Feng.
Are you our contact?
I am, as a matter of fact. I'm the man who's in charge of feeding this town for the moment.
All right. Well, we have quite a few supplies, so if you have some carts, some cars, something that can help us take it into the town, we can make sure everybody gets that food.
I'll go get a couple of my guys. The two of you start getting things loaded up, traveled in. Couple of hours pass, and a train comes into town. Sabi, you do see some bison on the way in, out of the window. There are definitely 2 air bison on the outside of town.
Okay, cool. That means something, but not much. Okay, so the train's like pulling up it goes like into town, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what's this place look like?
I mean, honestly, it looks like kind of a dump. The place does not look well maintained, especially recently. I think, Sabi, you know what a lack of coherent leadership looks like?
Yeah.
I think you can identify that at a glance.
Yeah.
Right? You can see a group of people starting to gather in the town square.
Okay.
I think those are the 2 things that stick out to you.
So Sabi's got her man with no name outfit on with the poncho, and she has the package in like some kind of a shoulder bag slung under the poncho, so it's not super obvious that she's carrying something around. Steps off the train, just kind of looking over at the town square. Is it immediately obvious like what's going on, or just kind of people milling around?
Yeah, I think it's I think, you know what, because of your specific history and connections, I think it's easy enough at this point for you to recognize the basic structure of a soup kitchen.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Looking around the town, is there a bar or something immediately apparent, or something that looks like it would be one?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like anyone's in it. Or maybe more accurately, it looks like there are people in it. Yeah, actually, there are some people in it, but I don't think there's much more you can tell about that at this point in time.
Okay, I think Sabi's gonna go there.
Yeah, sure. Sabi, you walk in, you look around. There's the nice, Western moment of, you walk in, everybody goes sort of quiet and stares at you, and then goes back to what they're doing.
Yeah. Excellent.
What do you do? You can see a couple...
Is there someone at the bar, serving drinks?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone that looks like they're, doing something other than just kind of sitting around?
No. There are some people with some cups. There are people playing cards, but it looks like people are just kind of passing time.
Okay. Is there anything, are there any, like, bottles or anything that look like they're accessible without having to, like, go behind the bar?
The bar looks completely bare.
Okay, cool. That's always a great sign.
Yeah.
Sabi,
There
can you
is-
get a fucking drink in this town?
There is nobody manning this bar because there is no alcohol to sell.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Town
real
is in
bad.
trouble. Especially in a working town, no booze.
Okay, Sabi, who's the most, like, coherent looking person here? Like, the most alert looking person?
I think there's a couple of people here that stick out to you. There's one older looking gentleman, has like one eye and sort of the conical hat, you know the one. And I think that the other one that sticks out to you is a sort of a nicer looking. All of these people, Earth Nation outfits, right? Earth Kingdom outfits. And one who looks, sort of nicer, a little more dressed up, wearing something much more akin to like a suit, right?
Alright, Sabi's gonna walk up to the older looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, old timer. You happen to know who's in charge around here?
Eh?
In charge of the town? Like your mayor, or...
We ain't had nobody like that in ages.
Who would I talk to if I wanted to find somebody?
He'd peek up towards the woman who I mentioned earlier, who I think is just kind of looking at you, sipping at a cup of water, and just is giving you like the sort of analytic look.
She's in the bar?
Yeah, she's in the bar with you. And then he kind of thinks for a second, and he says, "You could either talk to her, or you could talk to she out there. He's the one who's trying to keep people together."
What's her name? Sabi kind of points over at the woman.
Chun Yi.
All right, so Sabi kind of just like waves thanks at the guy and walks over to the woman. Hey, that old guy over there said you might be the person to talk to if I'm looking to find someone around here.
Why, yes, I'm the last remaining thing akin to a Varrick Industries representative out here.
I didn't know Varrick had any representatives left after everything.
Yeah, most of them left, but you know how it is. Gotta make sure the smooth transition happens between us and the Republic Arms representatives.
This Republic Arms one with a mining town.
Same thing Varrick would want with a mining town, I'd assume. The mine out there produces lead.
Oh, no, never mind.
Yep.
Say no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking for a woman who lives here. I think she lives here by the name of Lai Kwang.
Ah, yes, I know her. It's far as I can tell, she was trying to make her way out of town.
Do you have any idea where I might find her?
Most everyone's gathering outside trying to get some food. Let's start there.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for your time.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything else.
Sabi walks out, kind of waves at everyone, and walks over towards where everyone's gathered in the center of town.
Chun Yi's gaze doesn't really leave you as you walk out.
Okay. I think Sabi notices that. Sabi's just gonna kind of walk up slowly to the center of town. So, like, tell me what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, a bunch of people lined up, ready to get food. You note, a little bit of fish on everybody's plates, as well as, hey, Chong, Soma. What supplies did you bring into town? Each of you name me a food.
Rice.
Beans.
Fish, rice, and beans. That's what people have got.
Okay, fair
Things
enough.
that are easy to dry and easy to keep for long periods of time. I'm assuming the fish is also dried.
The fish isn't from you guys.
Okay, so people are being served food. I'm assuming there's someone, like, doing the serving?
Yeah, so you look over to the people doing the serving and oh, you recognize one of those. He's being very loud. You'd recognize him anywhere.
Is it Chong?
Of course it's Chong.
Question, does Chong recognize that Sabi is there? Because she's now seen him and is going to walk over towards him.
I think the question is like, here's what Chong is doing that I'm assuming is making him so loud. Chong is very easy to be friendly with. He's very likable. So I assume he has attempted and has successfully made friends with everyone he's interacted with so far. Especially because he has food and whatnot. So he's like joking with the guys, he's with the miners and whatnot, and making people giggle and whatnot, like usual Chong energy. I guess it depends. Like, I think he'd be too busy with the crowd and too busy serving to immediately notice Sabi. I think Sabi would need to interact with him for him to notice her, at least at the moment.
Yeah, so Sabi, you're walking up to Chong. He's very inattentive.
Sabi walks up to Chong and kind of puts her hands down. I'm assuming there's like a table or something that they're using for all this. Puts her hands on the table and looks at Chong. Hey, Chong, what the hell are you doing here?
Chong, I think, was just like, as you were like coming over, was just like, getting one last quip in with a guy as he handed him over like a plate of food, and looks over and sees you and has the biggest smile, and he says, "Hey, Sabi, what are you doing here? I'm doing Air Nation stuff."
Sabi looks around at him wearing the uniform and everyone around. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm here to deliver something for Hanako. Is it really just a coincidence that you're here too, or did she mention that I was gonna be here?
Chong thinks for a moment. Actually, Henson sent us, but he said Hanako told him to send some people here to send supplies.
Sure. Hey, you seem pretty friendly with everyone here. I'm looking for a woman specifically. Is there any chance you might know where she is?
I said, what's her name?
Lai Kwong.
Lai Kwong.
Chong, you haven't heard that name.
Have not heard that name?
No, not at all.
No, I don't think she's come down the line yet. Everyone's been pretty friendly. No one's mentioned that name here yet. And Chong looks down the line of people he's already served and goes like, "Hey, Pak Heng, my man. Do you know a Lai Kwong?"
Yeah, Pak Hang comes over and is like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I think I've heard that name before. That lady was down on my level when we used to run the mine here."
Cool. You know she's still in town? We'd love to give her some food or whatnot. There's plenty for everyone.
He thinks for a second and he says, I haven't seen her for a couple of days, which seems a bit strange. He looks around a little bit and leans in and says, we've been told not to talk about it. Kind of try not to lower morale or anything around here. But, there've been a couple of people who just kind of drop off the radar, so to speak.
Sabi is narrowing her eyes at hearing this. Has anyone ever looked for them?
I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of us are just trying to figure out how we're gonna survive tomorrow. Been a little bit since we've had food, and he kind of points to a building and says, "Company store was always so damn expensive, and I'd give anything now to have it around again."
Is the building he's pointing at abandoned now, or is it still
completely abandoned? Shelves are bare.
Look, is there anywhere to stay in this town? Get a room?
Kind of looks around, says, "We don't have, visitors around here often. Normally it's family visiting or something. They'll stay with us. But, I bet we could rustle up some rooms for you. I mean, a couple of people have left town. Just kind of what we've, assumed the people who've gone have ended up doing."
What about your bar? They don't have anything over that?
Nah, it's mostly storage in there, but, empty rooms these days.
Is there someone, like, running this place right now that I could talk to?
He points to Chong, the man you would recognize as Shi Feng, the man who was, organizing the soup kitchen and everything. Soma, you're currently, talking with Shi Feng, getting some stuff done, passing out food and everything. You're further down there. And Pa Kang says, I'd talk to Shi. She's just one of us, but got everyone together. Started getting us down fishing in the river. Closest thing we've had to a leader since everything fell apart.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Chong, it's nice to see you again. Have you talked to Hanako since we got back to the city by any chance?
Chong nods his head vigorously. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm caught up to speed." And he gives you a wink.
Sabi kind of like looks sideways at Chong and nods. Oh, okay, good talk then. I'm good talk. Kind of reaches out and like pats Chong on the shoulder, and then turns to walk over to where Shi Feng and Soma are.
Okay, and Chong calls out to you and goes, "We'll catch up later when I'm done with this." And he gives you a big wave, and then Chong looks to the next person online, and goes like, "Hey, here's what we got on the menu today."
Yeah, walking over to Shi Feng is how describe this person?
Yeah, this is a person I described earlier. Broad chest, sort of an open shirt. Yeah. I think you would recognize, now that you have your experience, the physique of not just an experienced miner, but also an experienced earthbender.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Soma's there with him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there like a line of people waiting for food?
I think that the line is probably starting to, like, thin out.
Okay. Sabi is going to get on the end of the line.
Okay.
And just sort of wait until it would be her turn.
Shi Feng's sort of passing bowls out, is like making small talk with people. And with the last person says, "Alright, you take care now." And pats him on the shoulder, hands him a bowl, waves him off, turns to you, squints a little bit, and says, "You're new round here."
I am, in fact, new round here. I know the airbenders, although I didn't expect them to be here. She looks over at Soma.
Soma squints at Sabi. I know you. You're
Yeah?
Chong's friend from the docks.
Yeah?
And that person that used to follow Varrick around?
That's a very long story. You should ask Chong about it sometime.
Shi Feng cocks his head at you and raises an eyebrow and says, "You know Varrick?"
I unfortunately did, briefly.
Huh. Alright, so let me get this straight. And then he stands up and sort of stretches. We got Varrick Industries company town that's down in the fucking shitter. And we got some sort of Varrick Industries representative from a company that no longer exists making her way down here to cause trouble.
I, to be fair, was only employed briefly. I work for Future Industries now. How would you describe your opinion of Varrick generally as a person and a corporate leader?
Man never gave two figs about this town.
I may have had some role in his arrest and trial for treason.
Right, that's the other place I know you from. You were the one that stuck a gun in his mouth.
Oh, shit! You didn't tell me about that! Then he reaches out and claps you on the back.
This is enough to sort of shift Sabi. That is a fairly accurate description of what happened the last time I interacted with him, yeah.
Well, what can I do you for? Any enemy of Eric's a friend of us.
Oh, that's good to know. I'm actually here looking for somebody. There's a woman named Lai Kwang. I've been trying to figure out where she went, and it's been kind of hard getting a straight answer.
He starts making a bowl for you, which you note he kind of pointedly had not been until now.
Okay, that's fair.
And he says, Laquan. Oh yeah, that's that lady what had her brother sending her money, and the money stopped.
You see Sabi's face very briefly kind of like falters at this. This isn't something that most people would notice unless they were looking very closely.
He's like looking studiously down at the bowl as he's preparing stuff. Totally does not even notice.
I'd give Soma a roll for focus to notice that.
It's an 8.
Soma, you see a look of something cross Sabi's face at the mention that the money stopped. You don't know what that means, but you know that Sabi is having some sort of emotional reaction surrounding this woman's hardship.
Yeah, that's her.
Good kid.
I heard she was trying to leave town, and then Sabi leans in and drops her voice a little bit. That guy over there, Pak Heng, said that she disappeared, or that people disappear around here, and that's mildly concerning.
Ugh. He looks around. Alright, I'll tell you what. You messed up Varrick good. And you're looking for good kid. Good head on her shoulders. So, I'll let me finish up here, and we'll talk.
Okay, that's fair enough. Do you need help with anything?
If you're offering, we're always taking hands.
Sure. I've got nothing else to do.
You, Sabi, you just sort of meld right into the line for the soup kitchen. The four of you wrap everything up. The town seems satisfied. It is the first time in a while that most of the people here have had a good meal.
I'm guessing, and this is something that Sabi would be very familiar with. These people look like they haven't eaten in a while, I take it?
Yes, a lot of them. The guy in front of you is muscular, but you get the sense that that's just because he was probably even bigger before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, fucking everybody looks really hungry. I know for a fact you're familiar with this place.
Oh, yeah.
You've never been here, but you've been here.
It's close enough.
She packs everything up, and you all bring what's left of the food into a building. Soma, do you come with Sabi to have this conversation?
Yeah.
Chong,
Yeah,
do
I
you
think
notice that your two friends are going in to have a conversation with Shi Feng? And follow along, because that's Chong.
I like the idea. Are there kids in this town?
Not really.
Okay.
It's a company town. People come here to work. There
Gotcha.
might be, like, one or two very young kids, but those are people who were born very clearly after their parents moved here.
Okay. On one hand, I do think Chong would follow, but on the other hand, I'm thinking about Chong still being very excited about the bison. And I'm thinking, like, if there were kids in the town, they would be very excited to also see the bison, so he might be playing with the kids around the bison, but since there's no kids, I think Chong's taking a bison break, actually. I think Chong is feeding the bison, like these little reserves of apples that Soma keeps as treats, and it's just... and it's like brushing the bison and like just like petting them like, who's our good girl and whatnot. I think he's just playing with the bison.
So valid. Okay, I'll come back to Chong. I have an idea for what to do with Chong, actually, but we'll come back to you. Yeah, so Sabi, Soma.
Yeah.
The two of you finish putting things away with She. She takes a deep breath and sighs and says, alright, so, yeah, a couple of people have gone missing. It's hard to say what exactly is happening. Town's been desperate. Like, I want to be very clear. This is the first time we've had food that we haven't caught ourselves in a couple weeks.
One of the goals of as representatives of the Air Nation is to help you guys sustain yourselves until Republic Arms can take over.
We were sustaining ourselves for a while there. We had a group of us who were fishing, and we were able to catch enough to feed the town for a while, but fish started drying up.
Oh no.
Not sure if we just overfished or if something's been happening, but they started getting thinner, harder to catch, and as far as I can tell, people have been getting desperate. I got 2 theories. One, and he just points out from the town, like out towards the train tracks. People decide it's worth chancing it. They're out of food here. They're starving. May as well try to go somewhere there's food. Makes sense to me. And then he points towards the mines. I have been hearing some rumors whispering around camp. A couple of people say they found a vein of platinum down there. Now, I don't believe it myself. I've been down in the deepest parts of that mine, and all we ever found was lead. But, like I said, people are desperate. Maybe they're trying to go somewhere, hit some sort of mother lode, get out of here with something they can sell, something they can turn a profit on, make a life for themselves.
I heard that this town is a Republic Arms town now, but I don't see any corporate people around at all. It looks like they just kind of left you to rot.
Representative came through about a week or so ago, said that they were working on getting the supply lines set up, but that it was rough going. Republic Arms is a relatively new company. It's got a lot of machinery, so to speak, to set up before the whole engine gets going. And far as I can tell, we're just one of the last parts they're gonna fix.
Well, until then, there's got to be a more sustainable way to feed yourselves than just fishing. I mean, you can't live off nothing but fish. I wonder if there's a way that we could...
Question, what's the environment like around here?
It's very desolate and rocky. I want to say you're near, not quite in, but near the desert. And you're just like on a... You're like near a cave near the desert. It's mostly rocks and dust.
Question. Might it be something that Sabi saw coming on the train or knows from her general experience with geography? Is this like a remote place where it's like traveling to another town or out of this area to somewhere more like nice would be prohibitive? Or is it somewhere you could theoretically like travel on foot to another town?
The train is mostly here to get to the Earth Kingdom.
Okay, so it's pretty remote.
Yeah.
Soma's like thinking, looking out into the outside, thinking like, maybe we could... No, that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe I could call up Tenzin, get him to send maybe some seeds over, get you No, this is terrible for farming. I don't know.
What's stopping you from just stripping this place for parts and leaving on the train? I mean, Varrick Industries is gone, and Republic Arms doesn't seem to be doing a great job taking over. Why not just leave? Let them have it. They'll just assume Varrick picked the place clean, all his people, before they left.
I won't say that I've never thought about it. It's not a bad idea, and frankly, if it keeps up like this, it's not one I'm opposed to going through with. He looks, he looks over to the bar and he says, Chun Yi over there says that she's sure that jobs are going to be plentiful again once Republic Arms takes over, and that this place will have a new boom. That Republic Arms is a brand new... I don't know. She says it better herself.
Sabi just kind of shrugs at that. Look, I'm really trying to find this woman. I've got something important from a friend that I need to deliver to her, and I don't know the first place to start looking.
She gives you sort of a thoughtful eye and says, "You know her brother?"
Roll with focus, Soma.
That is a 10.
Oh boy. Okay, I feel like, again, a look crosses Sabi's face. I think Soma might have a more more of a feeling about what kind of look it is in any case.
Yeah, Soma, you note a very distinct look of guilt cross Sabi's face at the mention of Lai's brother. I don't know if you know enough about Sabi to, like, fully make the assumption this stranger killed somebody, but, like, I think you can get the sense that Sabi may have had something to do with the money stopping, at least, that was being sent to Lai.
I met him briefly, but I didn't know him.
Did Varrick do something to this man?
Not exactly. I don't. What about her brother?
She shrugs and says, I don't know. She always talked like they were close.
Do you think she would have tried to follow him wherever he went?
I know she was real messed up about it when she stopped hearing from him. Didn't know if she had said something wrong or something had happened. I think she was even more desperate to get out of here than most people were, even before Varrick Industries went under.
Is there anyone else in town who knew her particularly well? I feel like I'm just tossing rocks out onto the plains here.
He says, she used to be friends with Gam Yao, old guy, missing an eye. Don't know if you've seen him around.
I spoke to him briefly. He seemed like an interesting character.
Yeah, you can say that. I think he's pretty bought in on the idea that there might be some platinum down there.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask him about her.
Yeah, his 2 legs short of a chair, if you ask me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is there somewhere we can stay in town? I think it sounds like we might be here for a couple of days.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I know 2 people who left. I personally saw them off at the train station. Tried to make their way somewhere else. Their rooms are freed up.
All right. That sounds good to me. And last question, I promise, and then I'll be out of your hair. Is this town really bone dry? There's nothing to drink here at all.
We got a well about a mile away. People make trips to get water.
I was thinking about something a little more potent than water specifically, but...
Ah! Yeah, nah. That disappeared, 3 weeks ago? People have been kind of irritable, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, if you don't mind showing me one of those rooms, I'd like to put some things down.
Of course. Why don't you come along? You can show your other airbender friend, Soma.
Yeah, Soma, that's...
Yeah, he takes you to a building, sort of like a duplex setup. Very, very small, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much like a kitchen, enough space for a table to eat at, and then a very small bedroom.
All right, so waiting for this guy to leave, is there anywhere in this place that I could conceal the bag that has the money in it in a way that it would not be found by anyone who's looking?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great question. I think that the buildings here are poorly enough constructed that you could bury it, like, under the floorboards somewhere.
Okay.
And, like, make it, like, seal it back up in a way where it looks like you haven't tampered with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that using earth bending, because that's a thing I can do now.
Absolutely. You kick up a floorboard with, like, a spike of earth, and then jam it in there, and then let the thing fall back down.
I'm gonna make a note of the board, where it's located and everything, but not leave any kind of visible signs that it's been messed with.
Chong,
Yes.
you're feeding your bison an apple, and someone approaches you. She's wearing a sharp business suit.
Does Chong see the person approach?
Yeah, I think she's not making any attempt to conceal herself or anything.
I think Chong still has like one hand, feeding the bison, and with the other hand waves over to the lady and goes, "Hey there, how's it going? You need a hand?"
Ah, hello there. Well, no, I'm just coming out to take a peek at your bison, if that's okay. Such majestic creatures. And she's sort of looking dreamily up at it.
Chong, like, I assume, like, whatever the bison's eating is finished in, Chong gives it a good pat on the nose. I think maybe a specific pat Soma has showed him, like, this is the way the bison likes to be pat on the nose. And, like, so he does, like, the good pat so the bison likes it. And then he goes, yep, they're pretty nice creatures. We're very fortunate to, be able to use them to help us with our, duties and such.
She nods and says, "Yes, I would say so. I had a friend once who raised some animals here. He made friends with a badger mole once, but I digress.
That sounds like really cool. Are you from around here?
As a matter of fact, I lived," and she points off towards the tracks in a direction, like, not the one that goes back towards the United Republic, that goes deeper into the Earth Kingdom. I lived in the Earth Kingdom for a time. We lived in, mid-sized town. Nice place. Had a hard time when everything fell apart, but we managed to weather it better than most.
When you say fall apart, are you talking about like what happened with Varrick?
Oh, no, I'm talking about before that, when everything with Kuvira.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Got a lot on my mind at the moment. Like with what we're doing here. Yeah, no, sorry about that. What brings you to town? I'm afraid we just closed the soup kitchen for tonight, but we'll probably get that started in the morning. Do you need help with anything? I could lead you into town. Like, there's a nice guy there who's like our contact if you need like a room for the night or something. It's getting pretty late.
Yes. Sorry, I should have introduced myself. My name is Chun Yi Tsang. I was a representative of Varrick Industries before things fell under.
Cool. I'm Chong. And Chong, extends his hand.
She reaches out and shakes your hand very firmly. I'm sticking around trying to make sure the transfer goes as well as it can, but, Republic Arms is sure dragging their feet on things. She looks up at the bison again and gets sort of far off and dreamy and says, "You brought in all that food on these."
Chong nods like, yep. They're really powerful. I'll tell you what though, it's kind of a shame that we had to use them for this. This town seems like it's full of a lot of really good people. I hope we can find a way to, help them sustain themselves soon. And hopefully, like, your bosses will, get into motion with that too,
We'll have it figured out soon, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I appreciate your time. Thank you for letting me come out and get a look. I'll be seeing you around, I'm sure.
Yeah, like, do you plan on being in town for a few days?
I've lived here for about as long as most of these people have.
But you just said you're from, like, a small town in the later Earth Kingdom.
I was from, before I started working with Varrick.
Oh, okay. Chong, like, does, like, the mental math in his head, like, oh, I'm sorry. I think I totally misunderstood you for a moment there. Like I said, it was a long day. Okay, so you live here now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I worked here. I helped run things here before, Varrick Industries shut down.
got you. So, I'm sorry, I just realized I probably didn't need to, like... Sorry, I feel a little silly now. I guess I probably didn't need to, like, tell you who to reach out to and get a house and whatnot. You already got a plan here. Hey, these guys are taken care of for tonight. I can like walk you back to your house if you'd like.
That sounds like that would be lovely.
Yeah, and I can introduce you to my my other Air Nation associate Soma and maybe a couple other friends. Everyone here's really friendly.
Oh, no need. I'm sure I'll meet them all in due time if you'll be around for a little bit.
I don't know how long we'll be, but yeah, probably for at least the next few days, I assume.
I'll see them soon.
Okay.
Yeah, Chong, you walk her home. She seems kind of eager to retire for the day.
Is it getting, like, later in the day at this point?
It's the afternoon.
Okay.
You get the sense that she's not going to go to bed right away, but she's done being out for the day. What were Soma and Sabi doing?
And
Soma was actually, after settling down in this guest house, was gonna go try and find Chong, because where the fuck did Chong go?
Sabi's gonna go back over to the like bar place and try to find Gam Yao.
Yeah, let's start with Soma and Chong.
Right, so Chong is now lost in town. Because he let the lady to the house, and it's not a big town. So I think he's just wandering some streets alone, trying to find like the main buildings to get back.
I do not think it takes long for Soma to find Chong at all. Soma
is going to fucking climb up on a building and soar around town. To try
I
and
was
find
gonna say,
Chong.
I feel like this is like a one street town kind of deal.
Yeah,
This is like the fucking western town where there's a one street.
It's so true. You're so right.
Yeah, so like Chong's just walking down the roads, like probably like leisurely walking back to the bisons.
Soma's gonna swoop down and be like, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Oh, I've been with the bisons, and then there's like this nice lady I walked back, and now I was gonna head back to the bison because they need some more good pets, don't you think?
I was trying to figure out how you got lost in a town like this. I got us a place to stay. This might be a while. Their only source of food is fish from a river that they've overfished. I don't think there's any way to like grow food here. Unless we can maybe build some kind of irrigation system for them. Like, it seems like they've just been abandoned. Either that or maybe, I don't know, find a way to get them all refugee status in the United Republic and find them new homes. But, like, that seems way too invasive, don't you think?
Chong thinks for a moment, and he goes, yeah, all these are not great options for habitats. Like, I think Chong might even be taking out like the little pamphlet Tenson gave him on like how to do refugee habitat restoration and things. Because
Oh my god.
because he once again had dropped out before he got to these classes, so he has kind of like the refugeeing for dummies pamphlet out. The fundamental pamphlet here says we should listen to them and be mindful of their feelings and a bunch of other stuff. Wow, everyone looks really happy in this pamphlet.
Soma is ignoring Chong and just sort of like pacing back and forth. Like, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how we can help these people. Tonight, you and me, we're sitting down. We're gonna write down a plan, see what we can do. I don't know. We should have taken more people with us. People who have a little more experience with, I don't know, something other than just handing out food.
Chong like puts the pamphlet back and goes, well, to be honest, it sounds like we were more like my friend told us to come here to give food. It doesn't sound like anyone's been really talking to anyone about how bad this has been.
I don't know if anyone knows. It doesn't seem like this is a place that's easy to escape.
I mean, there's the train, but I agree. It's you're right in terms of like funds and whatnot. It seems like they got all their food and whatnot through the train. But it sounds like though the best way to handle this would be to talk to them and see what they want to do.
I guess, but I mean, if they're really attached to staying here, because it seems like a lot of people aren't. It seems like a lot of people want to flee. If they want to stay here, they need a lifeline. They need imports. Their only well is like a couple miles outside of town. I can't imagine the river is super safe to drink. Like, this is a ghost town. This is a ghost town that hasn't fully been killed yet.
I mean, are the mines still working here? Like, does Republic Arms don't they still need the material? Like, it sounds like, yeah, food and living wise, it's pretty bad, but it sounds like there's still product here to sell.
There might still be product here to sell, but it doesn't seem like Republic Arms really cares. As Shifeng told us, which you would have heard if you weren't off playing with the bison, Republic Arms is a machine that hasn't had all of its parts put together yet. And this is the last part.
Oh yeah, the lady I was just walking down, I was talking with her about that. She really likes the bison, by the way.
What lady?
Oh, and Chong points in the direction of her house. There was a lady who said she, in a fancy suit, who said she worked for Varrick Industries and now works for Republic Arms.
Well, if she's a Varrick Industries person, maybe she has an idea on how to get supplies here? Then again, Varrick Industries doesn't really have any supplies to give. Maybe we should chat with her tomorrow.
Maybe, but, I don't know, she seemed pretty aloof. Like, it's weird, like, she's from here, but she didn't really seem to know that many people. She's kind of a weird lady. Maybe she's, like, really introverted. But she was pretty chatty with me, but I think that's because I had the bison. Turns out people are really chatty when you're around bison.
I mean, they are some of the best things ever.
Oh, they're so cute.
I can't believe I never showed you my bison. I can't believe you never met her.
I know. Well, I guess I can't blame you. It's a lot easier for me to show a cabot than it is to show a bison. They're quite big, and I know Tenson has his rules about not bringing out the bison unless the bison need to be brought out.
By the way, I'm shocked you didn't bring Zopa.
Chong sighs. He's like, I know. But Hanako promised she'd take good care of her. And I promised Tenson that on emergency visits I wouldn't take my pet.
Fair enough.
Chong looks genuinely bummed out that he could not bring Zopa with him.
Soma, puts an arm around Chong and gives him, a jokingly supportive pat.
He goes I hope she's giving her the good wet food.
I'm sure she is. Speaking about your friends, what exactly is your other friend, the gun one, the one from the docks? Why is she here? She says she's here to deliver a message, but that seems weirdly coincidental.
Chong looks at you, Soma, and a long pause passes.
You don't know, do you?
She mentioned it, but I got distracted with the rice and beans.
Fair enough. It's not like you've talked to her about coming here or anything, since we sort of were whipped right up into those bison without really preparing to leave.
Oh yeah, this is completely uncoordinated. I haven't talked to Sabi since the Crescent Island mission. I don't really know what she's been up to, or I know she told me what she was doing here, and I feel so bad for forgetting. I'm sure whatever she's doing here, though, it's for good reason. I mean, she does work for Future Industries, and or if she was sent here from my other friend Hanako, then it has to be for something good.
Soma just sort of starts zoning out into her own Soma zone, trying to figure out this puzzle.
Well, anyway, I gave the bison their lunch and a little sweet treat snack. They should be good for a little while. Why don't you show me the where we're staying, and we'll get that sorted, and then you're right. We'll make a plan together, because we're smart and we're a good team. I'm sure if we put our heads together, we'll come up with a great solution for this town.
Yeah. But this way, maybe we can.
And she's just sort of puzzling things out.
Sabi, you look around, things are starting to quiet down here.
Because they were so lively before.
Yeah, I mean, it just, there's a couple fewer people than last time, which is about what that looks like.
Okay, is Gam Meow still there?
Yeah, Gam Meow's here.
Is the dude that was wearing the suit still there?
She's gone.
Oh wait, that was Chunyi.
Yeah, it's the lady who was talking to Chong. Gam Meow does not notice you as you approach him. He is currently, giggling to himself and scribbling on a piece of paper.
Okay, is he scribbling anything words, or?
It looks like a map.
I'm gonna he's at a table. I'm gonna sit down across from him or whatever.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Kind of lean in. Hey, Gam Meow, right?
As soon as you start speaking, he snatches the map off of the table so that you can't look at it.
Okay. Yeah, hi. I'm looking for a woman, and I heard you might know her. It's a woman named Lai Kwang.
He processes a couple of emotions and then narrows his eye at you and puts the map away. And then says, Yeah, I know, Lai. What's it to you?
I have something I'm supposed to be delivering to her, but no one seems to know where she is, and I'm just trying to find her.
He says, Yeah, I haven't seen her in a couple days either.
Do you know where she was planning to go a couple days ago? Or where she was last seen?
He closes the bag that he put the map in very quickly and says, Nope, not a clue. You can tell that he is not being entirely forthright with you.
Okay, do you happen to know where her house is?
Yeah, I could show you where her house is.
Okay, sure, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll show you right to her house. And he slides out of the chair real slow like,
Okay.
keeping a careful eye on you.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna follow him wherever he's leading me and keep a very close eye on him.
He eventually sort of like evens out and like guides you down the street and then points to one of the many tiny ass tenement duplexes. That's the one. That's where she used to live.
Used to live?
Oh yeah, well I mean she must have left town, you know? I mean that's what everyone's doing these days.
So, Mr. Gamyao, you've known Lai a long time? You've been here a while, right?
Been here about longer than anyone else, even the people in charge.
Do you have any idea? Did she ever talk about where she might want to go if she were to leave town?
He scratches at his beard for a second and says, Yeah, I think she said she was going to try to make her way up towards Republic City.
Did she have any money to make it to Republic City? That's not free to do.
Nah, it's always been hard to make a living here. She used to get some money in from, I think she said it was her brother. She was trying to tuck it away, get out of here, but, that stopped.
I heard that it had stopped. Well,
say, how you know this girl? How do you know this girl anyway?
I'm here on behalf of a friend who got her name, but you don't know anything more about where she might be, so I don't really think we have too much else to talk about right now. Sabi kind of leans in toward him. It's a real shame about the pension. I was hoping to at least, if I couldn't find her relatives, a next of kin. I'd really hate to go back to the city and tell them I couldn't find anyone. I mean, it's a significant amount of money we're talking about. I don't want to bother you with this. You said you don't know anything.
A pension, huh? No, that sounds real important, like. I mean, it'd be a real shame if we couldn't get good old lie on her rightful money.
Of course, Sabi kind of like leans in and like puts an arm around him. Now, don't tell anyone because I know he's not really popular around here, but I worked for Varrick and I'm responsible for taking care of the relatives of his employees that are injured in the line of duty, and apparently there was something that happened with her brother, and she's entitled to some amount of money. But I mean, if I can't find her or someone who's related to her, I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to go back and tell them I couldn't do anything.
Now don't you worry, your secret's safe with good old Gam Yao. I mean, and he pats the bag on his side and he says, I'm the best at keeping a secret there ever was. I mean, for example, no one here knows that there's platinum in the mines.
I'm amazed. I'd heard rumors about it, but I didn't think that they were true. I mean, surely that would have come out eventually.
Yeah, some people are going down there trying to find it, but I'm the only one who knows where it is. You see, I got a system.
I'm sure you do. Don't worry, I'm not interested in getting in the way of your platinum dreams. I just need to know. I need to find Lai as soon as I can.
I'll let you know if I hear anything about her, but you're just here to find Lai, yeah?
Yes, I'm just here to find Lai. I don't have any interest in the mines or whatever's in the mines.
I would like you to roll to plead.
Fuck yeah! I rolled an 11. I got a 12, baby.
Ooh.
He pulls out the map and he opens it up and he looks around real quick to make sure no one else is watching. And then he opens it up again and he points to a place in the mines and he says, "Now I don't think the platinum's over here, but I know Lai was getting real antsy to get out of here. Me and her, we were talking about splitting the pot, you see."
Splitting the pot? You mean the platinum?
Yeah, the platinum.
The pot, of course. Did she go into the mine?
She was talking about getting real antsy to get out of here, talking like she was gonna do something real stupid like. But she never told me exactly what. That'd be my guess.
Sabi would like to try to so Sabi's looking at this map. Her memory is pretty good, but I don't know that she'd necessarily be able to just memorize this. I'd like to roll the rely on skills and training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that is a 7 plus 3. That's a 10.
Excellent. I mean, you've never been in this mine before, but you could probably navigate it, assuming that nothing weird happens to get you lost.
Of course. Well, Mr. Gamyao, I really appreciate your cooperation. And like I said, please let me know if anything comes up.
Now, you keep this real quiet, you hear?
I won't say anything. Shifeng knows where I'm staying. You don't have to give many details. He knows I'm looking for Lai, but he doesn't know exactly why.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
You have a good night now.
Thank you so much.
And then he skitters off.
Is there a back entrance to this house, or is this the kind of place that only has one entrance?
Well, you think we're good enough for back doors in this town?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna come back at night.
I think, Soma, we've already made it clear you do a lot of pacing when you're in the Soma zone.
Yes.
And Chong, you're Chong. I don't think either of you are going to be particularly happy cooped up for the rest of the evening, so I think the two of you are sitting outside the place you're staying when Sabi returns.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We're on the porch. Maybe there's the trash cans
full. Oh, we're not good enough for porches here.
It's a stoop.
Around the outside area, maybe there's a garbage can that's full of crumpled up paper. We've been, bouncing ideas off each other. Now we're just kind of both sitting in pensive silence, just thinking to ourselves.
Yeah, Sabi, you walk in on an airbender brainstorming session.
So what are you two doing exactly?
I just can't figure it out. This is not a sustainable place to survive. These people need to get out of here, but we don't have the resources to get everyone out of here, and Soma's just going off.
Has she been like this for a while?
Chong nods his head, and he takes out his how to do habitat restoration pamphlet from Tense, and he goes, and the pamphlet has no answers.
The pamphlet's not meant to have answers. The pamphlet is for beginners in a beginner class. It's theoretical. The real world is more complicated than that.
Not in the pamphlet either.
Sabi is gonna sit down next to Chong and kind of take the pamphlet and look through it. What is in this pamphlet exactly?
So what is in this pamphlet is pretty much a general overview of the process of habitat restoration and how to introduce the idea to a community and how to get a community really jazzed about restoring their habitat.
Chong, I don't know if you've been listening to the people talking here, but I mean they mostly sound like they're trying to get by until the company money starts flowing again. I don't know if they're looking to restore the habitat so much as just survive until they can buy food again.
That's the issue. From looks around this area, It seems that there's still, like, material here to mine, so I could totally see, like, the company not giving this place up. But the problem is, I mean, Sabi, look around. There's no food here. And the only resource of food they have, the fish that Soma mentioned, is drying up. They might not survive until, like, all that bureaucratic stuff or whatnot settled out. And us as airbenders, at least according to the pamphlet, we're supposed to try and help them, once, like, a disaster, like from war or weather, or in this case, economic downfall happens, we're supposed to help them get back on their feet, show them, techniques and whatnot we can do. We thought this was just going to be like a quick meal to carry them over, but this is way worse than Tenson or anyone made this seem.
Really quick. Soma, you've been in the Soma zone for a while, just rolling this situation over in your head.
Yeah.
One might say that you're assessing the situation. Could you roll with
actually,
creativity?
that's a good idea. I got an 11 on the dice, so I'm not even going to bother looking to see what I
12.
have.
You got a 12.
You get to hold 2, and I can assure you that there are helpful questions here.
Okay, so as this is happening, Sabi passes the pamphlet back to Chong. Chong, you know who I work for now, right?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I do for a living now?
No.
I wasn't prepared for that answer.
I know the company you work for. I have no idea what you do there.
I'm Future Industries' current chief of security. I'm their lead investigator. I read the file on what happened on Kyoshi Island, and I read the assessment report on Republic Capital Group, and they're not doing fantastic after losing their representative on Kyoshi Island and everything that happened after. I don't know how high of a priority restoring this town's economic prospects is going to be for them right now.
Okay, pause. Soma, you're having ideas. Ask your questions.
What here can I use to make this town a sustainable place to live?
Well, that's a complicated and difficult question.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn this into a farm town. They're not going to be able to grow food here. That's not an option. You get the sense that I think that I'm going to give you this little tidbit, and then I'm going to give you another thing off of this question. The first little tidbit is that you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about the river, and they said that they had only needed to fish for a couple of weeks. And it does strike you as kind of strange that the fish population declined that quickly. So you could theoretically pursue the river as a way of trying to feed the town, if you can figure out what's going on there and stop it. Alternatively, you could use the mine. The mine itself is profitable, and there are rumors circulating about platinum that at this point you've probably heard. And while Republic Arms is kind of fucking a disaster right now, if you could drag its attention to the mine and make it think that this town is, well, if you'll pardon the expression, a gold mine, they might be more inclined to, get moving a little quicker on it.
So, following the river thought, what should I be on the lookout for?
Well, populations don't tend to decline that quickly in your experience unless something is happening to stop the population from, regrowing. What you should be on the lookout for is something that would be stopping the fish from, reproducing or repopulating the river.
Something that stinks about this fucking town. I went and talked to that old guy from the bar, and that was a strange experience. He seems to think that this woman I'm looking for disappeared, but he's not really forthcoming about the specifics of it. He also seems pretty convinced that there's platinum in the mines.
I mean, if that's true, maybe that can be what can convince Republic Arms to send money toward this town again.
I don't know. That sounds like bullshit to me. I mean, look at this place. This doesn't look like a platinum town. I'm sure Varrick would have found it eventually. This old guy seems to think it's some big secret, but like, a talented earthbender could figure out where there's platinum by looking for the blank space and their ability to sense it. So,
well, can you do that?
Maybe I could try, but I'm not. That's not really my area of expertise.
But metal is.
Yeah, but platinum's a metal that doesn't react to bending. I might be able to sense it. Maybe. Get a map, which I guess is supposedly going to lead to the platinum. But again, I don't know. It sounds like bullshit.
Well, if that's not an option, then, I mean, they were surviving off the river. Again, not ideal, but if it keeps them from all keeling over, that something must be poisoning the river or destroying the fish's spawning location or something. And I mean, platinum is a heavy metal.
Have you stopped to consider that it might just be the fact that we're on top of a fucking lead mine?
That too. Lead is also a heavy metal. Yeah, it's a very sudden decline. Like, very sudden.
I don't know. Maybe something leached into the water. I don't know anything about mining operations.
Hear me out. I was just telling Soma that there's this representative from... She used to work for Varrick, but now she's under the other company that owns this place now. We don't need to prove there's platinum here. I think they would pitch money into just the idea that there's platinum here.
I mean, I guess that's fair, and the resources they have in the town are worth something. It's just...
I mean, if we can get the town to say, like, hey, we have potential, there could be platinum and other stuff here. And, I mean, if we present this guy's map, it could, at the very least, get the gears rolling. I think regardless, though, we should go to this river and see it. Because, yeah, we're on top of, like, a heavy metal place, but maybe this is fixable. Maybe it's like, I don't know, a rock fell in it and...
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's...
Or at the very least, like, going along Soma's thing of maybe doing the seeds or something, if we could send, like, you know, like, sprouted veggies or something, if the soil's fertile by the river, we could potentially try growing stuff there. Or at the very least, we could try something. I don't know.
I'm concerned that if something's poisoning the fish, it's gotta be poisoning the well water, too.
Or something else eating the fish.
These people need a solution in the short term. They're starving now, and they don't have any money now, and they don't have a lot of options now. So...
Yeah, the rice and beans we brought, they'll last a little while, but not long enough until the armed whatever does their thing.
Look, I'm not here to try to fix this town's problems. I'm here to find this person and deliver something important, and then, I don't know. We'll see what happens after that. But I could use your help. She's looking specifically at Chong right now.
Chong, I think, like, eyes brighten.
I found out where this Lai woman lived is what the old guy told me, and when it gets dark, I want to see if there's anything in her house that might tell me where she went or what happened to her. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really trust the old coot very much.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you asking Chong to do breaking and entering with you?
No, I'm asking Chong to help keep a lookout while I do breaking and entering.
I'm gonna turn to Chong. Are you gonna do this?
Chong looks between the two of you. Yes, because if no one is living there, it is not breaking and entering.
Soma just sticks her head in her hands.
Trespassing. The word is trespassing.
That's a lot better. I mean, when you think about it, who's getting hurt?
Now Sabi turns to Soma. Look, I'm not gonna take anything. I just want to find out where this woman disappeared to, because something about this whole situation feels really off. And I promised Hanako that I would deliver this stuff to this person. And I take that seriously.
And Soma, I want to point out that by helping find a missing person, like by doing this trespassing thing, we are helping the town. And that's what we do!
Soma just puts her hands in the air. Okay, I won't tell Tenzin, but if you guys get caught, I'm not covering for you.
Chong gives you 2 big thumbs up.
Fair enough.
Chong looks at Soma and goes, we're gonna be, like, so safe, Soma, and it's gonna be okay.
I'm sure you've done worse.
Chong very smartly doesn't say anything.
You see that same look on Sabi's face when you say, I'm sure you've done worse. And it's gone like that, but it's definitely noticeable. I think Sabi's just gonna kind of like chill outside until it gets dark. I'm assuming we're getting close to sunset now.
Yeah, it is. So it gets dark, and Sabi and Chong are gonna go do the breaking and entering. So the three of you get headed out. Chong and Soma are gonna keep watch, and Sabi's gonna go in.
That is the plan. I'm just gonna walk right up to the door and try the door handle.
Awesome. Yeah, it opens.
Cool, I'm going in. Close the door behind me and just gonna kind of like look around for anything that seems like it's out of place, and also any indication of like what the fuck is going on with this person. I'm just kind of generally looking around.
It's a little messy, honestly.
Okay. Does it look like it's been like tossed, or like someone's left hastily, or...
It does look like someone has left hastily. It looks like it was generally just kind of a messily kept house, but some stuff has been sort of tossed around, is hung over chairs in a way where it looks like, yeah, somebody like packed a few small things and then left. Except, you notice, the packed bag is sitting next to the door.
Okay, that's atypical. I'm gonna, finish looking through the house to make sure there's no one, like, hiding there.
Not at all. In the bedroom, you do see, sitting on the bed is a book.
I would like to pick up and look at the book. What is this book?
It has a blank cover. You open it up, and it's like a journal.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to hold on to that for later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look through the bag real quick to see if there's anything like, I don't know, travel documents, identification, any kind of tickets, anything that looks like it's important. Or anything unusual that strikes me as being something that would be atypical for someone traveling.
It is close to the border, but you are on the United Republic side of the border. So, like, you're looking at the bag, and it doesn't look like she has a passport or anything. Not necessarily any travel papers that you can think of, which you would assume means that she thought she was going somewhere in the United Republic. But aside from that, it looks like she's just packed a couple changes of clothes and, like, what little money she had left over, which is not much.
I'm gonna leave everything and leave quickly and close the door behind me, and then just kind of casually walk back towards where we're staying, and assuming I'm not being followed and have to deal with that.
No, the three of you don't think you're being followed.
Okay.
Moment of balance will return after these messages.
Nothing hits the spot like a crispy double-fried onion bun from G's Double Fried Onion Buns. And now you can enjoy this flavor-packed street food sensation in the comfort of your own home. Thanks to the miracle of modern flash freezing and packing technology, G's Double Fried Onion Buns can be purchased at your local store and heated up in your very own home oven. Just grab yourself a pack, and in 20 minutes, you'll be enjoying a flavor so fresh, you'd swear you woke up in the streets of Republic City.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene, I figured, I'd park here on the...
Crime scene. Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe, available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Soma, I'm here. I've got snacks. Oh, stop it, Zopa.
Chong, you're here. Why is Zopa acting all crazy?
She just wants what's in the bag, which she can't have because fudge is not for cabins.
Ooh, fudge.
Yeah, I got us some fudge from Cali Sweets, and I got it for a great discount too. 10% off with coupon code BardRockCafe.
I was gonna say, I didn't know you had money for snacks.
Hey, I make enough money busking. Zopa helps me bring in a lot when she's not trying to poison herself with my snacks.
Okay, if Zopa wants it so bad, it's gotta be good. Let me try some. Ooh, that's good. What is this?
It's a mint chocolate chip fudge. They have all sorts of crazy flavors too. Snickerdoodle, cotton candy, caramel apple, and of course your classic chocolate. And if you're sick of fudge, they have fancy popcorn too.
Popcorn, eh? Is this gonna be your excuse to take me to a mover?
You want to go see a mover?
Well, if you're asking.
Oh, I wasn't, but that sounds fun. Just a couple of friends out to the movers.
Right. Give me some more of that fudge.
Of course! Available at calisweets.com/BardRockCafe.
What?
Nothing!
And now, back to Moment of Balance.
Though you do notice, as you get back to your own home, you hear a door open somewhere down the way, and you hear a little bit of someone giggling to themselves, and you look over and you see Gam Yao is creeping out of his house and trying not to be seen.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
He's doing a poor job of trying not to be seen, but he's clearly he clearly would make a deal of it if you made it sound like you saw him.
Okay, I'm gonna pull Chong and Soma aside. Hey, can one of you two follow that old man and stay out of sight? I'm deeply curious to know where he's going.
Is he the one with the platinum mine map?
Yeah, and the one who acted incredibly suspicious when I mentioned that I was looking for this woman.
Chong raises his hand and goes, "Dibs!"
Go for it. Don't get seen. If he sees you, just be yourself and don't tell him you were following him.
I'll tell him it was airbender business or whatnot. Looking out for the elderly or something. Soma, is there a pamphlet on that?
Less is
Ignore
more.
the pamphlet. Just tell him you got lost. It probably won't be a lie.
Less is more, Chong. Less is more.
You're a newcomer in this town. He's not going to think you're following him. You've never talked to him before.
Wait, what's his name?
Gam Meow.
Gam Meow.
Don't tell him you know his name.
All right, so I guess as Chong is going off to do that, I would like to step into the place that I'm staying and look through this book and see what's going on.
I want you to assess a situation for me, I think.
That's an 8 plus 2. That's a 10. What should I be on the lookout for?
I think you turn to the final entry, because that seems like an obvious course of action.
Right.
The early ones seem to be fairly boring. It doesn't seem like there's a lot to do around here, so most of the entries are not particularly interesting. The final entry, it says, "Alright, it's been long enough. I can't keep waiting. If I'm going to have a chance to get this done, I need to go, and I need to do it now. I'm going to go into the mines. I'm going to try to find something. Anything that I can use to get just a little bit more money to get out of here. I don't care if I have to haul around a backpack full of lead."
Okay. Who or what is the biggest threat?
Something about one of the earlier entries strikes you. You notice that Chong described Chun-Yi as, very nice. You could attribute that to just being a Chongism, right? because Chong thinks everyone is very nice at first. But she makes an offhanded comment in one of these entries that Chun Yi is only nice when she wants something.
Interesting. Okay, so Sabi's been reviewing this diary in her room. So Soma's like not there. She's, I don't know, outside or in the adjacent room. Sabi's gonna bury this diary with the other stuff. Same deal. Conceal it, get it off, and then go over to like knock on Soma's door.
Yeah?
Was Chong talking to a well-dressed woman earlier? She was wearing like a suit. Chunyi, that was her name.
I didn't see her, but yeah, I think he did. She approached him while he was grooming the bison.
Really kind of friendly, talk smooth kind of person.
He kind of described her as a little stuck up.
Did he say anything else about her?
She seemed very interested in the bison. Then again, Chong is very interested in the bison right now. He's never had an opportunity, so honestly, any offhanded comment could be considered very interested in the bison in his eyes right now.
So as you're saying this, Sabi's kind of like looking like she's sort of furrowing her brow. Do you think we could catch up to Chong?
Probably. He doesn't really need to be right next to the guy. He can listen in from a distance.
I think we should go grab him and tell him what's happening, because never mind. We should probably go get him.
You think something's gonna go wrong?
Maybe. I got a bad feeling about this place, and I don't want to let him wander into something he's not ready for.
Yeah, I got it. And Soma immediately grabs her flying squirrel suit and goes to put it on.
Sabi's going to, like, if you're going to go try to, like, find him, Sabi's going to try to follow you as best she can, not having the ability to, like, fucking fly.
Yeah.
So, like, starting to head in the direction that Gamyao was going and, like, keeping an eye out for Chong.
Chong, you're following Gamyao for a second. The entire time, he's, like, walking down the street, sort of giggling and muttering to himself, and then he'll stop, go real quiet, raise his head real suddenly, look around, and then return to muttering and giggling to himself and sneaking along down the street. He is heading... So, like, let's go ahead and talk about the structure of the town just real quick. We've kind of alluded to it a couple of times, but it's the western one street town, right? Yeah. You've got the train station down at one end, right? And then a big row that's mostly housing. Somewhere along the line, there's the company store and the bar, and then more housing, and then the mine at the other end, right? He's walking in the direction of the mine. You don't know that that's where he's going yet, but it's just a bunch of houses and then the mine.
I feel like we've kind of implied that there's, like, sort of two rows of, like, housing where there's kind of, like, a back street area. Is that where he is, or is he, like, walking right down the main street?
Oh, no, he's walking down the main street. He just thinks he's being sneaky about it.
Fucking A right, okay.
So yeah, Chong, you're just following, I assume?
Yes, I think maybe he's using grapevine, like, or maybe just slightly to, in case the old man says something. But I think he's doing it so slightly that it's not really. But then again, would you say he's loud?
I mean, he is muttering in a way where it is hard to make out what he says, but he is making a lot of noise. I want to say roll to rely on your skills and training to grapevine to grasp his exact words.
That's an 8.
On an 8, pretty much all you can make out is there's platinum in their minds. They're going, it's going to be mine, it's going to be all mine. It's going to be all mine. Just gotta get the sheet, and that's about all you can make out.
Chong is staying hidden and following the man, and he will follow him out into whatever direction he's going to, even if it's outside of town.
Yeah, I think it is at about this time, after you stop being able to make out his words, that Sabi, Soma, you catch up to Chong.
I'm so curious. How do you catch up to Chong? Because Chong, I think, is pretty focused on his task.
I feel like Sabi is probably going to be using the back alley behind the buildings, and I'm assuming Soma's
just gonna swoop down.
Yeah,
behind him.
I figured.
Yeah. I think, Chong, you feel the wind around you shift as Soma starts to swoop in.
I think as soon as Soma swoops, like Chong immediately turns around and like catches her, like catches sight of her, and watches her land.
Hey, you might want to get out of here. Sabi thinks something's up.
What do you mean out of here? Like back to our lodging?
Yeah, she's like right around the corner. She'll tell you what's going on.
What about the old man? He's leaving town. It looks like I'm heading to those mountains. Should we be worried about him? He seems. I caught a couple of what he's saying. I think he's heading towards the mines.
Well, maybe you'll find the platinum. I don't know, but Sabi seemed concerned specifically about that woman that you said was near the bison earlier.
Yeah, the well-dressed lady. She really liked the bison.
You might want to tell that to her.
So Sabi's walking up. She looks visibly agitated.
I think even Chong catches on this because Sabi does not aside from annoyance, does not display a lot of emotions that Chong can recognize. And I think Chong takes seriously, being like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Oh, question about the journal before we play the scene out. How long ago was the last entry? Are there dates on them?
Oh, yeah. The last entry was dated 3 days ago.
Hey, you were talking to that Chun-Yi lady earlier, right?
The one in the business suit?
Yeah, the one in the business suit. Did something seem off about her?
Yeah, a couple of things. I couldn't really get a straight history on where she was from. First, she said she was, from around the Earth Kingdom. Then she said she was from town. And she looked at the bison really weirdly. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone looks at the bison. She kind of looked at them very dreamily, like, I'm trying to think of how to describe it, but it almost seemed like she wasn't really there.
The last entry in that woman's journal says that she was planning to go into the mines and then try to use that to get out of town, and she said some concerning stuff about Chun-Yi.
Journal?
There was a journal in the building that we trespassed into before. The last entry was 3 days ago, and it sounds like this Lai Kwong woman was planning to, I don't know, try to take something out of the mines and use it to get out of town. I don't know, something's weird. One of you two should probably go check on your bison. Where was that old guy going? She's like gesturing towards Chong.
I airbent some sound to hear him. Going to the mines. He said something odd.
What?
Something about a machine.
I don't know. He's probably talking about some mining equipment or something. Look, I think we need to go check those mines out. And I have a bad feeling about whatever that woman was doing. One of you should probably check the bison out, and then we should probably go find out what's going on here.
I'm on it.
And Soma is going to immediately swoop over to the bison.
Okay, I think we're gonna wait for her to come back before going anywhere else.
Chong wants to have one more thing to him and say what in the journal makes you think that she did anything wrong or anything with this lady?
It mentions the woman and says that she's only nice when she wants something, and I don't know. Why
would she want the bison? I mean, there's a train. It gets you out of town, maybe a little longer, but, it's just a couple of hours.
Did she say anything weird about them or make any comments about them when you were talking to her? I don't know.
Just that they were beautiful creatures and was impressed with how much we could carry on them. I think, some things are clicking for Chong with this. Oh no.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Chong looks at Sabi desperately and goes, "What's she gonna do to Yaki?"
Sabi makes a face like, I do not know who Yaki is.
Chong's like, okay, lead the way. I am like 2 pounds of anxiety of going with Soma to go check on the bison. Let's go. Lead the way. Let's go do our thing and, I don't know, make sure that... I'm worried about the bison!
Horrible, cursed idea.
Uh-huh.
Soma's bison's name is Uwu.
Wonderful.
It's too
Oh
syllables.
my god, it's great.
Okay.
I think if Chong is gonna go, like, running off to check on the bison, Sabi is probably going to follow. Like, she knows where the old dude is going in the mines. She knows where the mines are. They aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, okay, everyone goes to check on the bison. Okay, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. You go to check on the bison, and Akyak is gone.
Chong falls to his knees.
Now, I will tell you what else is here. Not bison footprints. There are bison drag marks.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
boy.
How obvious are these, and can I easily follow them?
It's a flying bison. I imagine it would have been pretty hard to conceal them.
Okay, cool. Sabi is immediately going to, like, start following the drag marks and has, like, kind of pushed back her poncho to reveal her guns at this point.
Mm-hmm.
How does Uwu look?
Ooh, it looks fine.
Okay. Does Uwu look, like, sad that her companion is gone?
A little bit, yeah. In fact, I think she's a little spooked.
Mm-hmm.
She seems a bit temperamental when you approach.
How can I tell how fresh these are?
Yeah, go ahead and roll to rely on your skills and training, I think.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. I mean, it is kind of hard to get an exact time frame. Like, it is pretty dusty out here, and the winds are kind of strong today. So, like, it's just difficult to get, like, a precise idea of how long ago it was, but you can tell that it was not, like, you know, probably not within the past hour.
So it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna start following these tracks.
Soma is like frantically looking around, you know, for the remaining stuff, trying to calm her bison. How did this happen?
There's drag marks over here. Someone took the other bison, hauled them off.
A 10-ton bison? How did no one see this?
I think we should go ask them. And with that, Sabi is turning back to the tracks and, like, following them.
So, I think you look at Chong, and I think for the first time, you see, like, this kind of steel face, like, go over him. And I think this is one of the few times you haven't seen him, like, smiling or sad.
Soma, are you coming along?
Soma is taking her fucking bison while coming along. I mean, Sabi's on the ground, but Chong, do you want to actually fly instead of having to walk?
I think Chong would choose to walk, you know, so he can keep a better eye on the drag marks and see if there's anything on the ground that indicates that the bison was hurt. You know, like blood, hair, etc.
Chong, do you want to mark angry for me? I think that sounds correct.
Oh,
yes.
that
Definitely sounds
Chong
correct.
is...
The three of you are following these drag marks. You do not notice any, like, blood, hair, or at least more hair than you would assume would fall off from dragging a bison around, right?
Is there any, like, stuff that has fallen off or is around or anything like that?
How about one of you assess a situation? I like it being Chong.
Yeah, Chong knows what was on the bison. Sabi doesn't.
Do you want to roll with creativity, Chong?
7.
Okay, you get to ask one question off the list.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Okay. I think that Sabi probably helps you a little bit with this conclusion, right? But there is a bit... You notice, like, the drag marks are all very, like... They're not changing, right? Which would imply to you that the bison was, like, maybe knocked out or something, somehow. Because you haven't seen any blood, so you're not assuming it's dead. Then, it looks like there was... Like, it started moving, right? And then... You see, there's an area in the dirt where you can very clearly make out what happened, which is that its paw jammed down, and then it stayed there. Like, it didn't go limp again. It just put its paw into the ground, and then when they started moving again, it just continued dragging the paw, like, set into the ground like that. Like its leg went stiff.
Got you.
Okay, so there's like a drag mark of a paw now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What you should be on the lookout for is something that could paralyze a bison.
Let's say that Chong relates all that to Soma and Sabi.
Well, Soma's in the air. Soma's following in the air, so I don't
Can
think
Chong
she
like
can...
grapevine this information to her and ask her ask her what she knows could knock out a bison?
Does Soma know anything about what could knock out a bison?
I'm asking that because it might be a rely on her skills and training, because we're assuming that Soma took the bison classes.
Mm-hmm. I think you know that there are, like, some, like, foods and such that are, like, toxic to bison and might cause them to pass out, right? But nothing that would cause a bison to, like, lock up like this that you're aware of.
What about Shirshu venom?
Does Sabi know about Shirshu venom?
Probably not, unless there's a way that this would have been, like, connected to something that it comes up in her, like, criminal past, because her experience as an investigator is, like, fraud and criminal conspiracy kind of stuff.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna steal a mechanic from another game. Sabi, Mark of Fatigue. We're gonna have a flashback.
Okay, cool.
So, Sabi, you're flashing back to your days with the piercing pistols.
Okay.
One of the girls was into poisons.
I'm gonna say it's the girl who's also into bombs, because she's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, we get this flashback, and she's telling you about this job that she did recently. So, I went in, right, and there was this guy, one of the triple threats, right? And he was just there, all alone. And I knew I had a thing for it. So I took out this little pin that I keep on hand sometimes, right? And I walk up and I jam it right there in his neck, right? And just a little thin layer of Shirshu venom. That's all it takes, and they just freeze up like that.
That much for a whole guy?
Just a tiny little bit.
I don't believe you. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, you want to try it out?
No, I'm not that crazy.
That's what I thought.
All right, so Sabi, like, you see her make a face, and then she like elbows Chong in the side. Chong, Shirshu venom. It's a poison. It paralyzes people. Hey, if we run into whoever did this, try not to get, like, stabbed with anything.
Chong's eyes goes wide. Oh, I'll relay that to Soma, and he grapevines it up.
I don't think it's lethal, so your bison is probably still okay. I mean, well, maybe not okay, but not dead.
I haven't seen anything in the dirt yet suggesting that. It seems to just be that took her someplace, but Sabi, she's old.
Look, let's just focus on what's in front of us. We're following the tracks. We're gonna find out what happened.
You follow the tracks to there's like a rock outcropping in the mountain. There's like a small pass that goes up to it, just big enough to fit a bison. Now that you're at it from this angle, you can see that there's just like a little, sort of like a little wall almost that the mountain has formed that obscures this place from view. And you find your bison, Akyak Chong. She is looking around sort of frantically. You can see her eyes moving, but her muscles when you touch her are tense. She is like just locked up, cannot move at all.
Does she still have her stuff?
You unloaded most of the stuff that was on her.
Okay, but she still like has her saddle and everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Chong, like, touches her the way that Soma showed him is the way that bisons like to be touched, and tries to soothe her. It's like, hey, shh. Hey, girl, it's okay. We're here. We're gonna take you home. It's okay. Shh.
As you're doing this, Sabi has drawn her guns and is, like, looking around.
Roll me to assess a situation right now.
That's a 9. What should I be on lookout for?
You're looking around, and I think Soma, I'm gonna use you, because you haven't said what you're doing yet. You go to, like, examine the bison to see what might have hurt her. You do notice that there is, like, some markings where fur has torn away on her legs. Spiral patterns, as if something is wrapped around the legs.
Ooh.
And Sabi, as you're looking around to try to figure out what you could need to worry about, you hear a scratching noise in the dirt. You hear like a snuffling noise, like something is sniffing. You are not alone here, and you are almost certain that there is another animal.
I think Sabi sort of looks over towards Chong and Soma and yells, "Hey, look out!" And then, like, is there any kind of cover nearby or anything like that?
Yes. I mean, there is the bison.
I'm not going to use the bison for cover.
Understandable. There is the rock outcropping that we just talked about that forms sort of a little wall that obscures this clearing from view.
Sabi is going to, like, slam her feet down to the ground and, like, bend up enough earth to just kind of get, like, a makeshift bit of cover to crouch behind between her and the bison. Or between her and wherever the fuck the noise came from.
Roll to rely on your skills and training for me real quick.
So that is an 11.
Excellent. On an 11, you stomp and there's a chunk of earth that, like a rectangle of earth that shoots up in front of you, and you duck behind it to get some cover. And just as you do that, Chong, Soma, you see a rustling in the bushes that explodes as what to you looks like a mole-looking thing with, like, this big, like, star-shaped blown-out nose just snuffling around, comes charging straight into the block that Sabi just put up. Sabi, you feel the rumbling as it hits it. And all of you hear and look up, and there's a man in Water Tribe clothing riding this fucking sheer shoe.
Okay, like, does this guy look familiar at all?
Not at all.
Okay, Sabi points her guns at this guy and, like, stands up behind the cover. Who the fuck are you?
He just kind of laughs and then steers the sheer shoe to, like, lunge to the right on the opposite side of the block, so it's like it can get to you now.
Okay, cool. We're in combat now.
Yeah, we're in combat now.
I'm gonna defend and maneuver.
I am going to advance and attack.
Alrighty then.
Defend and maneuver people? Oh wait, what's the NPC doing?
I'm gonna have the NPC mark 1 fatigue to become favored for an exchange.
Okay. Is that a special technique they're using?
I will class it as one.
Yeah, okay, cool. That may become relevant very shortly.
The enemy is going to advance and attack, yeah.
And hell fucking yes. I'm going to mark a fatigue to use disarm, which is a learned technique. That is now gonna be... Okay, cool. That's practice now. So what is this guy doing? Like, how does this technique manifest itself?
Okay, so, I mean, he is currently looking like he's going to charge at you with the sheer shoe. But I think that you can see him also, as he's doing that, going for a water skin that is hanging around his shoulder.
Okay, so what is the functional part of the special move he's doing?
The functional part of the special move that he's doing to become favored is that he is using the sheer shoe to also attack you. He is literally doing the exact same thing that Hanako was doing during the combat in your one-shot, where because she was riding Azula, she could take an extra action, basically, by marking fatigue.
based on how you're describing this and what the disarm, so I'm gonna use disarm, and I'm going to narrate this out, and I think I can make a case for what Sabi is about to do.
Sure.
So it's Mark II fatigue to name any advance and attack technique your foe has. They are unable to use that technique for the remainder of this encounter. So as the guy is like rearing back on the sheer shoe, Sabi turns, aims both pistols at the sheer shoe's head, and fires both of them at it.
You fire your pistols, and you disarm the guy by killing his mount. You fire your pistols, and the sheer shoe, just like a wild boar when you spear it, continues charging forward, but you know that it's just sheer mass at this point that is continuing to bring the sheer shoe towards you. He's gonna fall off of it. What did Chong do again?
Defended maneuver.
Okay, then Chong needs to go ahead and roll next.
Gotcha. So that's an 8. Chong had prepared air swipe. So I think what happens is that Chong sees the sheer shoe and sees it approaching and whatnot, and I think he prepares an arc of air and positions himself away from the bison, like on the other side of Sabi, near the rock barrier, in case either the sheer shoe or the guy look like they're preparing an attack.
Yeah, perfect. And what did Soma do as well?
Advance and attack. Oh fuck, that's a 12. Yeah, I'm gonna use Breath of Wind, which is knock down a single target, inflict stunned on them, unless they choose to mark for fatigue. Soma's going to, the second she sees this guy sort of get knocked off of this sheer shoe, she blows a stream of air and knocks him against the rock wall, just like pressing him against it.
You choose whether they take the stunned or take the...
I'm gonna have him take the stunned, I think. So how this is gonna work, because Soma just stunned him, which means he has no actions. But he's favored, which means he gets one additional action even on a miss. I'm gonna allow him to take the action this turn, and since the flavor of that extra action is that the sheer shoe is barreling down on Sabi, I am going to strike Sabi, and then that will be the end of this encounter because you've stunned this guy, and I know that the three of you can, like, work together to restrain him before he gets unstunned.
As this thing barrels into Sabi, she, like... So Sabi, seeing this thing coming at her, like, jumps and rolls out of the way, just barely missing this thing, and comes up on the other side, pointing a gun at this guy who's now, I'm assuming, kind of like sliding onto the ground.
Face sliding in the dirt.
So she's gonna put a hole in the water skin with a gun, like shoot the water skin.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Guy goes, ugh, shit. Kind of rolls over, looks up at you, Sabi. Like, we get the first person perspective from him as, like, the blurriness clears from his eyes.
You mind telling us why you decided to take our friend's bison?
You ain't gonna get shit out of me.
Soma's going to walk around, and she's got, like, air swirling around her hands to look intimidating.
Same with Chong.
First rule of dealing with airbenders, do not touch another airbender's bison.
Roll to intimidate.
I got a 5.
Yeah, alright, you got it, little lady.
As Sabi sees this guy, like, responding to Soma, and she cocks one of her pistols and presses it against his forehead. You might want to be more cooperative than you have been so far.
Roll to intimidate.
Okay, that is a 9.
Yeah, alright, but they got rules about this.
Who's they, and what rules are you talking about?
You know, they. Prisoners of war. You gotta treat me alright, like.
This isn't war, you stole a bison!
Sabi, like, kicks this guy up and, like, earthbends a thing around him so that he's, like, restrained. And puts away her. She reloads her weapon and holsters it again. What the hell are you talking about? What war?
I ain't talking until I get some food in my belly.
Is there any food on the bison?
Yes. Soma keeps apples for her bison.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I was giving the treat to the bison.
This is canon. So as long as there are still some apples in the saddlebag, yes, there's technically an apple available.
Sabi turns to Soma and Chong. Is there any food you can give him?
Yeah. Wait 1 second. She tosses you a kind of wrinkly looking apple because they do not save the good eaten apples for the bison.
Sabi holds this out to this guy. His hands are not free. He cannot move, so she's just holding it for him to eat.
He cranes his head forward in a way that looks really awkward and dumb, and he takes a bite of the apple. You're alright, but you don't get the juicy stuff until I get a real meal.
They got food back at the town, but what?
Yeah, I know!
Who are you, and what the hell are you doing out here?
He sighs. Man, you killed Pang.
Sabi looks over at the Shearshoe. You tried to kill us.
Yeah, but that was my girl.
Look, I'm sorry about your girl. Why did you try to kill us? Why are you taking their bison? None of this makes any sense.
Who said I was trying to kill you? I was trying to spook you off.
If either Soma or Chong is looking at Sabi, you see a look cross her face that's sort of familiar looking to you, but not as
watching all of this very intently.
A little more frustrated than guilty this time.
He leans forward and takes another bite of the apple.
Why were you trying to steal the Airbender's bison?
I was just following orders.
Orders from who?
Wouldn't you like to know? Get some food in my belly.
We can take you back with us and get you some food. Was it a well-dressed woman with a suit by any chance?
Now, I don't know what part of this you ain't getting.
Look, I can't deal with it. Chong, Soma, one of you two talk to this idiot.
Chong steps forward and says nicely to Soma, Soma, I'd like to give it a roll if that's okay. Can you check on Yaki and make sure she's okay?
By the way, as Chong is walking up to talk to him, Sabi steps back, but she's watching the two of you.
As Sabi steps back, he leans forward further and almost stumbles, and he's like, hey, give me back my apple.
Sabi tosses Chong the apple.
Okay, I think Chong crouches down, be on the same eye level with him. He's holding this bitten apple in his hand. So you're saying that you did steal the bison? We're in agreement on that.
Yep. Stole her right and good.
Can you tell me how you did it?
Sure, you bet. Gets them all nice and can't move.
How did you drag her?
Well, I said she was my girl. I didn't say she was my only girl.
I think since Sabi's looking, I think you see more shadow on Chong's face.
Sabi is closely watching Chong and this waterbender talk to each other.
Okay, Chong says he with more shadow gets on his face as he hears more and more how his bison was dragged. And I think Chong says, when I was on Kyoshi Island, I heard there was an airbender going around using a technique where he or she take a bullet of air and he with his free hand he makes a bullet shape with his fingers, and he can shoot it a target so close, so far, and what's amazing is that air goes right past your skin, goes right into you, doesn't even leave a mark. And it could hit your heart or your lung or anything, instantly kill you. Or there's even rumors of some rogue airbenders going around taking people's breaths right out of their lungs. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine what I or her would be capable of?
And then Chong takes a bite of this guy's apple.
Look, I know you're just doing what you were told, and I'm sure you had good reasons to do it. I've been there. We've all been there. And it's obvious that you're afraid of something. If you tell us what you're so fucking scared of, maybe we can help you out.
Looking back and forth between Chong and Sabi, the man whimpers just a tiny bit. And you know that you have won. And he says, all right. I'm getting a meal though, right?
Yeah, you're getting a meal. We've got food back at the town.
All right then. Now look, first of all, and then he turns his head, but in a way where he rolls his head over and lays it against his shoulder to look at Chong.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna hurt your bison.
I would say paralyzing her and dragging her, not alone with the mental damage, you have hurt my bison.
I think Chong, for added effect, air bends just a little bit to have a little bit of air flow on his face. Just a little bit.
He shudders, and he says, look. We needed your bison alive. We weren't gonna hurt your bison. Your bison needed to be in tip-top shape. Sure, the venom's gonna wear off in just a little bit. It'll be fine. We were just gonna keep her paralyzed until we were good to go.
Good to go with what?
With the shipment.
What shipment?
This mine. It's not operating, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
That means that down there's a bunch of metal just sitting, doing nothing. And by the time somebody else gets here to assess the situation and figure out what's going on, they won't notice if a little bit skimmed off the top.
You're stealing metal from the mine.
Yeah.
Why? For who?
I got a boss. Yeah?
Yeah, we figured that one out.
Real scary lady. You know the type.
Yeah, I know the type.
She's a friend of mine. Used to know her back in the village in the Earth Kingdom where we grew up together. She called me out here. We got a plan. See, we got people down there right now, getting stuff dug up. We're gonna get it all up here, and then soon as we load up this bison, we're gonna fly off, and no one's ever gonna see us again.
You know, I don't really care that you're stealing from one of Varrick's old mines, but you've seen the village, right? You know what these people are going through, right?
Why do you think I want food so bad?
You don't live here. You came to take their metal? Why? So you can make someone richer?
And myself, too. Come on, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's great. Anyone who's looking at Sabi, you see a sort of her brow furrows, like she's just thought of something. Do you know a woman named Lai by any chance?
Not as such. No, I don't rightly know anyone here, to be honest with you.
Do you have people working for you in the mines?
A few, but I don't know their names.
Are any of them there, let's say, less than fully voluntarily?
I mean, the Shearshoe weren't here to steal bison at first.
You see Sabi, stand back up, and she looks angry. I'm gonna mark the angry condition.
Yeah, do it.
Sabi, walks over. Are Chong and Soma, near each other now?
Yeah, I'd say probably.
Yeah, I think after Chong did the threat and got his information more about the bison, he went back to Soma and is looking over the bison with her.
So Sabi walks over towards Chong and Soma, and you can both see that she looks pissed off right now, more so than before. I think I know where our missing woman might be, along with an unknown number of other people. I think they're using them to mine this fucking metal out and sell it to somebody. And I don't think that they're very voluntarily.
They were doing human trafficking?
I don't know. The guy implied that the Shearshu were here to keep the other people in line, so there's probably more of them around too. I really want to just go in there now, and you see Sabi like cut off her sentence very abruptly and kind of turn away.
Soma is going to turn to Chong.
I don't know if that's a good idea. We should call for backup. We should get some more airbenders down here. See, strength in numbers. We can't just dive right into whatever's going on here.
Normally I would, but we caught their guy. Like, one of their guys here. We gotta know we're on to them. We can't. It looks so suspicious if one of us leaves for backup. We brought too much food to, like, send someone back so soon for more. And I doubt they'll let us use a radio.
If they even have a radio.
Look, the people in this town they're not the ones taking from this fucking mine. They're the ones who are going to get hurt when these assholes steal everything from under them. And then this town just fucking dies. We've got backup right here. Let's go.
Well, what's the plan?
What if we take this guy back, get him to spill his guts to the town people, and they're on our side, the town. They got, we give them food and everything.
But
they're miners. They know the mines, and some of them have to be earthbenders or something. We can stand a chance.
They're starving.
The big guy that runs the town, he's an earthbender. I know the look.
Is that right to put the people in the town in the way of these crazy Shearshu traffickers?
But the problem is that this is their town. It's their home, and this is happening to their people. It's not like we're putting our problems onto them. It's telling them, hey, here's where your loved ones are or your neighbors. And this is what could happen to you if we don't stop this.
You guys can keep talking. Sabi's like kind of off to the side, looking pissed.
Okay, but we can't just dive right into this. We can't just run into the mine with no plan.
Do I get any say in all this?
No.
So grabs another apple from the saddlebag and chucks it at his head.
You know, that old guy, Yam Yao said his name was. He had a map. He was going to the mines and back.
I remember.
Was he going to come back, though? I mean, there's this myth about the platinum. People keep going into the mines to look for the platinum, and then they disappear. I bet these people made up the myth. I bet they spread this rumor around to get people into the mines alone.
That'd be smart. It's people desperate to get out of here. In fact, if that, business suit lady's involved in this, she might be the reason the aid's been held up here.
Hey, quick question above table. How far are we out of town?
You can see the town. It would be a bit of a trip to get back, unless you wait for the bison to get better.
Has anyone come to investigate the multiple gunshots?
Ooh, good question. Not yet. They wouldn't have gotten here yet.
Okay, cool.
Listen, if we're gonna go in now, Akiak can't fly right now. Sabi, can you build a structure with earthbending around him so he can't be seen?
I can try. I'm not... Yeah, I'll... Sure.
Now hold on, you're just gonna encase me in a block of earth and leave me here? What about my meal?
Not you!
Alright, so Sabi's gonna go, try to earthbend something up around Akiak. I'm guessing that's a rely on my skills and training kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. That's an 8. Wait, rely on skills and training is focus. That's a 9.
No difference.
Cool. your goal is just to, like, cover the bison to obscure it from view.
Yeah.
It works, but you have to use some of the earth from the wall that's, like, covering this area.
Okay.
And it is less stable.
Okay.
You feel, you see a couple of pebbles, like, clattering down from it. There is a chance that, depending on what happens, too much seismic activity near the mountain could bring this wall down and reveal the whole clearing, and reveal that there's something covered by earth up here.
Okay, cool. So covered, but the risk of it falling apart if we do so.
Yeah.
Cool, gotcha. All right. What's the dude's name in the town? That was...
Which one?
The big guy. That was
the big
Shifeng,
guy
right?
is Shifeng. Yeah.
Sabi still looks pretty annoyed, but, like, is starting to... You could tell she's starting to, like, calm down a little bit. Look, we can't just run in there by ourselves. We can't wait around for help to come from the fucking airbenders or whatever else. We need to go in there. We need to go in there tonight, but we should go get as many people from the town as we can. We could use all the help we can get here, especially if they got more of those fucking poison bastards in there.
On the subject, you hear a noise. There's some, like, there's the sound of, like, earth sliding on earth. You hear a couple of voices outside. Namely, you recognize the voice of Shifeng.
Okay, cool.
They have not made their way up the path back here yet.
Okay,
you hear them nearby.
I'm going to walk over to the guy that is, like, still trapped in the earth thing and bend down, and Sabi leans in and says, "Look, nothing personal." And then takes the butt of her gun and slams the side of his head to knock him unconscious.
Yeah. Oh, ouch. Excellent.
Takes the earth down and, like, slings him onto her shoulder and walks toward the voices.
All right, now I think I heard that noise from up here somewhere. Let's get up. I think. Oh, shit! It's the airbenders.
Okay, have they seen Sabi with this, like, dude on her shoulder?
and that new girl. What's going on up here?
You've got people in there stealing from your mines, and I'm pretty sure that they're the reason that some of your folks have been disappearing over the last few days.
He turns to the airbenders. She on the level?
Sir, this is a really serious thing going on here. They stole one of our bison.
All right. Yep. Okay.
Sabi, like, drops this guy on the ground, the unconscious waterbender.
Who's that?
I don't know. He's some waterbender they hired to... I think he's working for Chun Yi, the company woman.
Oh, yeah. We all know Chun Yi.
Yeah, well...
I wish I could say it shocked me.
You should take this guy back to town with somebody, keep his hands restrained, and... Sabi rolls her eyes. We promised to feed him.
He looks over to the other guy who's with him, who, Chong, you recognize as your buddy, Pak Hang, from the very start.
Hey!
And Pak Hang slings the guy over his shoulder, and she turns and is like, alright, yeah, we can get this taken care of. We need to take care of this, like, now, or we get back to sleep first?
I think you need to take care of this, like, now. You're an earthbender, right?
Yeah.
You want to come help get your people back?
Every goddamn day.
Is there anyone else you can get on real short notice to help, or is it just going to be us?
Probably just going to be us. Everybody's sleeping. It'd take quite a bit of time to wrestle the whole town up.
You see Sabi, like, taking out her gun and checking that it's fully loaded. Yeah, sure, fine. I
think he, like, kind of flinches back when you pull out the gun. Don't think, despite the fact that they, like, mine for bullets here, I don't know if he's, like, used to being around those.
Sabi doesn't really notice that, and just puts the gun back in the holster. Alright, I think they've got more of these I think they've got more of the Shirshu around, and I'm sure they've got more than just them watching these people, so...
Keep a careful eye out. Let's get down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is anybody gonna warn him that Gam Yao is probably down there?
Yes, actually, that is something that would occur to Sabi. So Sabi, like looks up and seems to, like, realize that she's forgotten to mention something. Oh, God. By the way, that old guy Gam Yao is down in the mines. Probably.
Of course he is. Alright, he'll get in the way probably, but what can you do?
He thinks there's platinum down there, so...
Yeah, I know he does.
He's really convinced there's platinum down there.
Yep, I've heard all about it.
He's got a map he showed me. I got a good enough look at it to memorize it, so for all the good it'll do us, you work these mines, right?
Oh yeah, I'm more familiar with these things than, well, anybody except from Gam Yao.
Sabi, like, bends down and in the dirt, like, traces out the map from memory.
His eyes kind of go wide. You been down there before?
No, this is the map that he had. I've got a good memory. I don't know if this means any more to you than it does to me, but he's carrying it around with him.
He nods. No, this means plenty. And do you recreate the places that he had marked off?
Yes, Sabi recreates it, like, as accurately she can. You know what? I'm gonna roll the rely on skills and training to see how well she recreates it. That's an 8. She recreates it fairly accurately, but there might be some details missing.
Alright, so Gam Yao, I know he's been heading down. I'm gonna be honest, it's one of the reasons I haven't been too concerned about people turning up missing. Haven't thought people have been going down into the mines and going missing, because Gam Yao's been going down every night and turned out fine. So that must mean the places Gam Yao has been, and he points to the places that Gam Yao has marked off, are safe.
I don't know, look, there's... The woman I came here to look for, I looked around in her place to see if there was any evidence of where she'd gone, and I found a journal that mentioned going into the mines to try to take something out of there, so... I don't know, maybe she ran into those people down there, or... I don't know, I wish I could tell you more.
He looks at the map again and says, they're trying to lure people down. He points at a spot on the map and says, if they're trying to lure people down, we should probably start over in Shaft 3D.
Look, you know this place better than anyone. I'll trust you.
He punches the ground, and like a bunch of earth comes up over his forearm and makes a fist. And he like stands, punches his earth fist on one side against his normal fist on the other. Let's go get my people back.
Thank you for listening to Moment of Balance. This episode featured Janiyah Riley as Sabi, Chrissy Gaba as our GM, Dami Carmia as Hanako, and Anna Marcus as Peony, Pearl, and our producer. The music for this episode was written by Anna Marcus. This episode was edited by Dami Carmia and Anna Marcus. If you liked what you heard, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/badrep. Huge thanks to our patrons: Janiyah Riley, Sara Marrero, Warren Kelly, Veer, Melanie Archer, KK, Marty Balmer, and Paul Kinter. Moment of Balance is produced by Bad Rep Productions and is part of the Bard Rock Network. Check out Bad Rep's other shows at badrep.productions and Bard Rock's other shows at bardrockcafe.com. The Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games at dragonmastergames.com. And remember, live like the gale, not the hurricane.